Where hip hop lives. Right?
He remembers. Hey, can I have the?
You want to hold?
If I could hold my. Why is this so much heavier than Edge's belt?
Huh?
Why is?
Mine's real.
Yo, how do you carry this around regularly, man?
It's heavy. You know, you have to be careful because sometimes it weighs a lot too. It makes your package look funny on TV. You got to be careful with how you kill yourself off. You know.
You just told a story about Big Show falling.
Yeah.
And I noticed people breaking character and absolutely hysterical.
Because this is a true story, and he's mortified that I told it on there because, like he said, my betrayal knows no bounds. Yeah, we got in last night, and there's a lot of legitimacy to the story. We were making fun of him for basically 3 hours of the flight, and he was fed up with it, and he got off the plane like, the hell with you guys, and then all of a sudden, boom, the whole plane moved, and we got up to look, and he was laying on the jetway.
That has to be a momentary scare 5 days before WrestleMania.
No, at first, there was a good 30 seconds or so where we were all scared. I mean, legitimately, none of us were laughing because we all thought he was hurt, but as soon as he started to get up and we realized that he wasn't physically injured, it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. He broke the railings. He broke the stairs. I mean, he's 500 pounds.
He's a large man.
Yeah, it's a serious fall.
No, I don't know how much you remember our little chat from last year. I'm Peter Rosenberg, by the way. We talked last year, and we started talking about hip hop lives. Exactly. Hey, see you later, guys. I hate you, Sam. And we talked a little bit about I talk generic wrestling stuff, but then for the nerdy wrestling heads who check out my website, even though I do a hip hop site, they seem to find me. I like to talk about wrestling stuff. So I'm conflicted about certain things.
All right.
I read Bret's book, and he clearly has conflicting thoughts about you. I mean, as he seems to about a lot of people, and himself as well. I don't know. Do you have any? Do you have any? Either not necessarily personal remorse, but sadness about the way things played out, or the way he views things, or do you see that he sees it wrong?
I've not read his book, so I can't tell you. I don't know what.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know what Bret thinks or what he does. I don't think it's. I know I've heard he has animosity towards me or whatever. As far as what happened in Montreal, I look at it very simplistically. If you're on All My Children, and they say this is what happened to your character this week, you don't say, no, it's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Because I'm a hero to the people on All My Children. You know what I mean?
Well, but what about his argument? Of course, would be that him and Vince had discussed this, and now obviously as a wrestling fan, Vince has the capability of doing what's best for the business, regardless of any conversation that may have had. And I'm not saying that makes one wrong or right.
No, but and I guess my recollection of the events and from what I know happened, the discussion he believes that he had with Vince and what actually was happening and the events that actually took place are two different things. I mean, basically, we went into a pay-per-view with a guy that was champion. We were supposed to take him at his word that he was just going to beat our top guy, walk away, come out the next night, hand the belt over on TV, and basically, in essence, kill our business because he didn't want to do business that he was told to do in Canada because he's a hero there. To me, it's just wrong.
And for us who don't understand as well, it would be a bad look because just handing over the belt is lame, as opposed to having Shawn go over.
Yeah, if he showed up with it. You know what I mean? What's to say at that point he shows up?
Right. That doesn't, and especially during that time, that wasn't always. You never know.
I mean, they had people walk out on their TV with our belts before and drop them in trash cans.
Now, speaking of the Harts, someone who I've literally never heard a bad story about was Owen Hart. Yeah. Talk a little bit about your relationship with Owen.
Owen was a great guy. So, probably not a month goes by all these years later that somebody still doesn't tell a funny Owen Hart story. You know what I mean? It's he was just a great guy. He didn't take the business too seriously. He didn't take anything too seriously except his family, and he kept a lot of his life personal, and that was his life. But he was a good friend to a lot of the guys. He was very funny, always had something funny to say or playing a joke on somebody or something, mostly for his own amusement. But he was just a great guy. And in a lot of ways, he and Bret had a lot of issues with each other business-wise because of that.
How different they were and how they saw things.
I mean, Owen was... I've been in the ring with Owen, and he was good. I mean, do you want to take that?
No, I'm adjusting.
Okay, all right.
Continue.
You look like you're starting to break out in a sweat.
No,
kind of heavy. Yeah. Owen was an unbelievable talent. So much so that sometimes he would go out and have a bad match on purpose to make himself laugh. You know what I mean? And because he would think it was funny. I mean, he was he was an incredible talent, but he just didn't take things too seriously, and I think that was a bit of animosity between he and Bret.
Because Bret took it so seriously.
Because Bret took it so seriously.
Would you think Owen would have become a top guy? Or was that just not his style? Did he not see the game like that?
I just don't. Yeah, I think Owen saw this as a career where he could make money, take care of his family, and then he was done with it. And I think that being a top guy required a lot more commitment, time-wise, responsibility-wise. It's a lot more than just they give you that and they say, here, just do what you've been doing, and there's a lot more to it. And I think it requires more work, it requires more time, it requires more effort. I don't know that Owen was willing to do that for that.
Because he enjoyed his lifestyle.
Yeah, for that opportunity, and that's But it doesn't change the fact that he's one of the best guys I've ever been in the ring with. Owen was an incredible performer.
Favorite guy to work with right now? Last question.
If I had to pick a guy in the business, and this would be my favorite guy of all time, would be Shawn Michaels. Shawn is one of the rare talents in our business that can do anything. You know what I mean? He make guys laugh one minute, serious the next minute. He can do physically, can do anything. It doesn't matter. He's got a great mind for the business. It's just I've wrestled Shawn Michaels 45 minutes on live TV, and we never even spoke before. You know what I mean? It's just. And I guess maybe too, because we're so good friends, we know each other so well, maybe that makes it even easier. But there's never been a guy that I've been in the ring with that was better than him.
How good was your guys' feud? How much did you enjoy that?
I loved it. It
was brutal too. It was really
yeah. But Shawn and I laugh about that all the time. Is you can punch your friends much harder than you can punch.
So when you don't know that well.
Yeah. And you just punch. I'd punch Shawn right in the head, and then go, sorry. You know what I mean? And it's just he punched me back harder. It's just funny, and it's I don't know. It's a weird kind of a thing, but it's the way our business is, and I think he'd feel the same way. We loved working with each other, and there's a period of time where I didn't have necessarily a lot of great guys to work with, and I remember them at one point in time saying, "We think about doing something with you and Shawn." I was like, "Oh, please let me have Shawn." You know what I mean? Because it's just so easy.
How much do you think he's got left in the tank? He looks a little more tired than he did, I'll say, a year ago at this time.
It depends on the day that you ask Shawn. I think mentally he's coming to the end of the road. I think, but the thing with Shawn is, I feel like when he's in the trench, he wants to be out of the trench, but when he gets out of the trench, he misses being in the trench. And I think there's, as much as he'll say, I'm coming down to the wire here, and this might be it. It seems like there's always another year and always another match, and I could do that too, or I could, let's face it. When he came back after 5 years, it was supposed to be one match. He was supposed to have one match with me, and that was it. That's all he wanted to do was one match.
How long ago was that now?
He made the call. I don't remember the year, but
5 years ago now.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and it was had the one match. Hey, that felt pretty good. I was like, I could probably do one more with you. And then it was, maybe I could do this one with Jericho. That'd be pretty, and the next thing you know, he was full time on the roster. And
ladies and gentlemen, he is the WWE champion. I suppose I have to give you this heavy monstrosity back now.
Sunday.
WrestleMania 25 is this Sunday. Order it. The best of luck on getting your revenge on the very evil Randy Orton.
Thanks, man. Good luck with the home of hip hop.
No, it's where hip hop lives, man.
Well, that's what I know, but you live in a home, right?
Touche. Yeah. Touche.